Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes. Just a reminder to listen to your body. So if any stretches are not working for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify. Things that you'll need for practice today is a chair. So I really love using a chair that doesn't have arms. So if you can easily grab one that doesn't have arms, it's great. And if you have a chair that has arms, no biggie, you can just kind of work around those. I really love chair yoga. So today we will work on stretches that you can easily incorporate into your workday. So if you are at the computer and you're feeling a little fatigued, or the neck or the shoulders are a little cranky, these will be some really nice stretches that you can turn to release that tension and just to get everything realigned and balanced. So as we begin, I just wanted to start with a little quote that I came across the other day that I thought ties in really nicely to the yoga practice. You can't give what you don't have. So if you want to help others, you have to take care of yourself first. This is why they always tell you on airplanes that you must put on your oxygen mask first before you help others with theirs. And I really love this, and I think it's so beautiful. And I think that yoga is a really great way to practice that self-care and that self-love, and to take that opportunity to give back to yourself a little bit. I know in life, we all have so many responsibilities at home, work, partnerships, families, relationships, things like that. We're always, doing so many things and taking care of so many other people. And it's really easy to put ourselves in the back burner and to forget about ourselves and to feel really depleted. And I just love that yoga gives us this opportunity to kind of recharge our own batteries so that when we, go to those other spaces in our life, we have more energy and we have more to give to others. So you should feel really good about, giving yourself this time to practice chair yoga today. It's easy to, put that on the back burner and do all the other things. So as we start today, let's come into seated. We'll just work a little bit with the seated centering and start with a little mindfulness. So you may want to scoot towards the edge of your seat. This will just help you to elongate your spine. And we'll give ourselves a moment here to close our eyes. And then as you're sitting here, just gently feel your feet planted on the ground. Feel your heels in line with your knees in line with your hips. And feel that the shoulders are over the hips. We just don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. We'll create a little space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Create a neutral chin. Try to relax your jaw. Try to relax your eyebrows. And then maybe imagine someone drawing you by a golden thread from the crown of the head, just to lengthen the spine a bit more. And then feel yourself connect to the rise and the fall of your breath. Lengthen as you inhale. Lengthen as you exhale. And then maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. And then if you'd like, you can set an intention for your practice, and that could be anything that you'd like. Maybe this is that opportunity to practice some self-care, to recharge your batteries. Maybe this is, a time to try to release that tension in the neck. So it can be your own little goal or desire that you have. Let's start by gently drawing the chin into the chest. We will lengthen the back of the neck. And then letting your head relax back. So we'll just float our gaze right on up to the sky. And then gently release. Let's take our chin to our chest. Head floats back and up. Let's just move with our breath here for a moment. Good. Let's come back to a neutral neck. We're going to just draw our right ear to our right shoulder. Come back through center and left ear to left shoulder. Realign and side to side here. So we're just going to work a bit of a flow for our neck. I know that neck pain and neck tension is really common. So we're just going to move through the 6 movements of the spine to help release that. And let's bring ourselves back to center here. Full breath in, gaze off your right shoulder. We'll invite a twist. Back to neutral, let's lengthen. Gaze off the left shoulder. Back to neutral and side to side. Good. Let's bring ourselves back on through to neutral. We'll begin to send the chin forward. So you're just going to kind of jut that chin forward and then you'll pull it back. Send it forward and pull it back. Great. Let's just flow with our breath here. Good. And back to neutral. We'll circle out the head. So maybe imagine that there's a clock in front of you and the clock is lined with numbers and you want to run your nose through the numbers on the clock just to try to help you get a nice rotation here. And flow in the other direction. So we'll just reverse that movement. And release. Let's put ourselves back on through to a neutral neck. And we will take our hands to the sky. Let's breathe in deeply here. Fingers will interlock and release your index fingers. Let's lengthen and release your hands to the right. And almost create a little sensation like that right hand could pull your left hand to the right side of the room. And we'll bring it back up through the center. Full breath here to lengthen and release to the left. Maybe roll your left shoulder under and try to roll the right shoulder open a little bit. Good. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. We're going to take our hands down and then taking a full breath in here. Let's reach and stretch our hands up. So we'll take our index and our thumb to touch and release. Full breath in, rising, and let that go. Let's go 3 more times with the breath. Good. Bringing the hands at the heart space. Let's take our chin to chest as you exhale. We'll round through our back. And then heart floats forward, shoulders relax. Let's open those hands up and chin to chest. Let's breathe out here. And then flowing with your breath for a moment. Lengthen as you inhale. Lengthen as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, round your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Bring yourself to a neutral spine here. Let's take our hands to the sky. Full breath in. Release your hands to the right and we'll hold a seated spinal twist. So as you're twisting here, we are working through the 6 movements of the spine. So we have a twist to the right, a left, a side stretch to the right and the left, and then a movement forward and back. And there's a little saying in yoga that we always say, if you move your spine 6 different ways each day, it helps to keep your spine strong and flexible and pain-free. We can take our hands to the sky, breathe in, and release your hands off towards the left. So maybe gazing off your left shoulder and just seeing if that helps you move deeper into your spinal twist. And release. Let's let that one go. We can take a nice full breath in here. We'll take our hands together and hands at your heart as you exhale. Releasing your hands down. Let's take our right ear to our right shoulder. So we're just going to draw it up, create a little bit of a shrug here, and then release it down. Left shoulder rises, create a bit of tension here, and release. And we're just going to go side to side for a moment. Good. As you release your shoulders down, let's take our shoulders to our ears, tension. So try to make this nice and tense and release it down. Let's take those shoulders up, tense, 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 and release. And let's go 3 more times here. Tense, tense, tense. Let that go. Good. As you relax your shoulders down, let's take our hands to the sky. We'll breathe in. Take your hands in line with your shoulders. Right hand reaches and stretches up. And we're going to create a little slack on that right side. Left side reaches and stretches up. And release. And then flow side to side here. Good. Let's release that one. We're going to come back to a neutral spine. Take your hands behind your body. Take your right hand for your left elbow and then take your left hand for your right elbow. So we're just going to try to reach for opposite arms here. And if you can't reach for the elbows, just try to do as best as you can. Maybe imagine squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Try to relax your shoulders down. Try to open your chest and open your heart. We are just going to change up our hands on this one. So notice which hand is on top and which hand is on the bottom. And then switch it up. Try to stretch muscles evenly. Try to keep our body nice and balanced and aligned. Great. We can release those hands down. Take your shoulders up to the ears. We'll create a nice large circle and relax as you exhale. Breathe in. Let's take those shoulders up, back, and down. One more time with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Great. Let's take a full breath here to lengthen. Let yourself fold down as you exhale. So folding over your legs. You can relax your hands down. Maybe relax your head as well. Maybe look to the wall behind you. Maybe take your gaze to the ceiling up behind your body. A lot of times as you relax your gaze like that, it can just help you move a little deeper into your stretch, relaxing that neck a little bit more. You can come on up, bring your hands onto the legs you'd like, engage your core as you rise up. We'll take our right leg up and over, crossing your legs. Feel free to lift up to align yourself evenly. We want our hips to be even here. Full breath to lengthen. Let's fold down as you exhale again. You can relax your hands down towards the ground. Just relax your head here as well. Full breath in, full breath out. And then core engages. Let's bring it up to neutral. Unwrap your legs. Take your left foot up and over. Feel free to lift up and realign your hips here. Full breath to lengthen. Fold it down on exhale. Relaxing the hands, relaxing the head. This stretch can be nice. We're giving a little pressure to our stomach, so a nice little massage to the internal organs. And release. Let's bring ourselves back and up to center. We'll realign here. We'll unwrap our legs. Feel free to press up if you need to align yourself here. Let's bring our hands together at heart into prayer position. From here, we are going to try to press our palms together really firmly. And then try to draw your elbows up as high as you can. So elbows might kind of hang out here naturally. So let's try to lift them up towards the sky with your breath. And as we do this, really connect to the sensation and the feeling in the hands. Notice which muscles feel that they're stretching a bit more. Maybe which muscles are slacking and not stretching quite as much. Good. We're going to gently release that for a moment. Take a full breath here. Try to draw your elbows in line with your wrists. And we are just going to take our prayer hands and then send them off to the left. And maybe notice where you feel the stretch in your body. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Full breath here. Shift your hands to the left, or to the right rather. And release. We are just going to bring ourselves side to side. So maybe take this one slow and feel free to hold it for a moment as well. And just really connect with your body here. See where you feel the stretch, what it feels like, and breathe into it. It's one of the most precious gifts that yoga gives us, is our connection to our body, so that we can identify, which muscles are working, maybe what the stretch feels like, and then that will ripple out into everyday life. So when we have little injuries or our body is trying to communicate to us that something's not quite right, we're able to tune into that and we can kind of sense when things are right and wrong. We'll come back to center here. Let's give ourselves a breath. We'll bring our hands back into prayer. Maybe draw those elbows up a tad. And then our left hand will press into the right. So you'll try to keep your right hand as straight as possible. And then we're going to press it. So hopefully those fingers go back just a little bit, so we can stretch out our wrist a little bit here. And we'll hold it. So as you're holding it, try to engage your core. Feel your spine is straight. We don't want to be too rounded here. And we'll release. Let's bring those right fingertips into the left and then give it a nice little press. And feel that the core is engaged here. We'll feel our tailbone tuck. Feel the navel move back and up to the spine slightly. Coming back on through to center. Let's bring our hands together, full breath in, and we're going to flip the wrists down and then try to glue the palms together, and then try to lift your hands up as best as you can. Good. You can gently release that one. Then bringing our hands together in prayer. Let's keep our palms pressing together this time. So we're not trying to press one hand away. Palms are going to press together, and then we're just going to shift our prayer hands to the right. So it's kind of aiming towards your right shoulder. Come back to center. Prayer hands to the left. Full breath here. And then let's go side to side. We'll just do this a few more times here. It's always nice to give our wrists a little attention. They're always doing so much, especially in our modern life with computers all the time and with the iPhones or the phones, whichever phone you use. So it feels like those wrists are always getting a workout. So it's always good to give them a little bit of a stretch, give them a little bit of attention. And release. Let's bring our hands together. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch, and we will circle out our wrists here. And flow in the other direction. And if you're hearing a little cracking or popping, they say that that's normal. They just say as long as it doesn't hurt. If there's ever pain, you should reach out to your doctor. If it's just like a little releasing of some air in the joints, that's okay. That's kind of normal. And release that. Let's shake out our wrists. Try to let go of any tension here. Let's work a little bit with our hips. I know when I'm sitting a lot through the workday, my legs get really fatigued. So we'll take our right leg up and over. We'll create a figure of four stretch here. And to make this one easier, sometimes scooting towards the edge of your seat can be helpful. Let's take a full breath here to lengthen, and we will fold ourselves down as you exhale. And then just letting yourself relax into this one. So feel the eyebrows relaxing, feel the jaw relaxing. Try to let go of tension through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Try to relax the upper, mid, and low back. And then relaxing through the legs and relaxing through the feet. And then coming up, let's find a neutral spine here. Right foot plants, left leg up and over. Full breath to lengthen and fold it down as you breathe out. So this is a wonderful stretch for your legs and for your hips, and it's really great for your low back. It's one of the best stretches to release sciatica. So if you ever struggle with sciatic pain or there's some pressure on the nerve, this can really help to release it. And this is nice because you can just easily do this even if you're sitting on the couch or sitting in a chair at work. You can just easily come into the stretch to release your low back of tension. And we'll begin to release this one. Let's come up to a neutral spine. Bring your feet out nice and wide and try to scoot yourself right to the edge of your seat. You can hold on to the sides of your chair. We're just going to do a little windshield wipe of our knees to the left and to the right. So if you have arms on the chair, it might be a little tricky, but you can kind of just shift around them, move around them a little bit. Good. Let's come on up. We'll try some standing poses. And as you come on up, we'll try a balance. So feel free to grab your chair if you'd like. You can always have your chair close by so you can access it. If the wall is close by, you can also just grab onto the wall as well. So let's start with a pose we call crane. And for this one, the right leg will come out in front. Toes can be on the ground. Maybe lift your leg up for a 90-degree angle. Right arm can come out into a half T position, having your hand on the chair or maybe lifting that hand up. So we will ground really firmly through our left foot. We'll press through the inside, through the outside, and then notice your body's natural tendency, noticing if you tend to roll to the inside of your foot or rolling to the outside of your foot. We'll gently release our hands down. We'll do a little reset on our foot. Right foot grounds down, left leg rises, arms sweep out into T, core engages here. Find your drishti, find that one spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eyes shift at all. Let's release our hands down. We'll do a little reset on our feet wider than hips, arms side to side. And then as you're twisting to the right, just feel that left heel lifting out. So we're just gonna let our heel follow our knees so that it's nice and safe for those knees. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to neutral here. Bring your hands onto your hips. Feet are in line with your hips. And let's bring ourselves into a chair pose. So we'll imagine there's a chair behind us that we'd like to sit back into. Have a deep bend into your knees. Send your weight back into your heels. And breathe here. So maybe gaze down. Make sure that you can see the tips of your toes. So we want to make sure our knees aren't moving too far forward here. Send your weight back into your heels, that your toes are light. So almost like you could lift our toes from the mat. Let's try a shoulder stretch here. We'll come into a yoga mudra pose. So fingers will interlock. We'll take our palms to touch. And maybe imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Let's come out of this into a forward fold. So you can straighten out your legs, hinge at your hips, and let yourself fold down. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move deeper into your shoulder stretch. Hands can release onto your low back. Hands can float down towards the ground. We're just going to flow up through the spine one vertebrae at a time. And then as you come on up to stand, let's take ourselves into a shoulder roll. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Grab onto your chair if you'd like. We're going to work with crane, but different variation this time. So let's take that right leg out, 90-degree angle. And we're going to kick our leg out in front of us this time. Maybe reach and stretch your hands up towards the sky. And we're going to pulse it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take our hands down. Foot resets. You can always take your chair, send it to the other side so that the arms are going to get that nice even stretch. Left leg comes on up. Kick your leg out in front. Hands to the sky. Breathe in. Let's take it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our hands down, foot comes down, and shake it out a little here. So you can just shake out your legs, shake out your feet. Try to let go of any tension here that you're holding on to. Let's bring our feet right in line with our hips. Take your hands to the sky. Fingers will interlock and palms will press up. So take a nice full breath here to lengthen. Release your hands to the right as you exhale. So feel the hands moving to the right. Feel your left hip pressing off to the left and just guiding you deeper into that stretch. Come back to center. Let's take a full breath here to lengthen. Release to the left when you're ready. Try to ground evenly through both of your feet, so inside and outside of each foot. And back onto the center. Let's release the hands down as you exhale. We'll grab our chair for a moment. We'll do a couple stretches with our chair. So for our chair here, we're going to want to access the seat of the chair. So just want to have that easy access. Square yourself to your chair. Have your feet in line with your hips. We will fold ourselves down as you exhale. And then as you bring your hands down onto your seat, let's shake out our legs a little bit here. Bend one knee, then the other knee. Relax your head, yes, and relax your head, no. And then as you're flowing here with the breath, let's try out a side stretch. So we'll come to stillness. Walk your hands to the right. Try to ground evenly through both of your feet, so inside and outside of each foot. Come back to center. Let's release our hands to the other side. Reaching and stretching from your waist. Lengthen your side body, arm, and fingertips. Let's bring ourselves back on through into center. Let's take a moment here. Maybe bend deeply into your knees. Lower your stomach down. Lift up through your heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of the head will lower. And then just flowing through cat and dog stretch for a moment. Lengthen as you inhale. Lengthen as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, really round your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Coming into a neutral spine, let's lower the stomach down. We're going to lift through that heart one last time. Round your spine and then come on up to stand. We'll take a full breath in here. Take your hands to the sky. So we're going to sweep our hands together in prayer. Dry your hands at your heart space as you exhale. Let's come on back to seated. You can kind of set that chair up just how we began our practice. We'll sit down just how we began our practice. Maybe scooting towards the edge of your seat a little bit to help you elongate your spine and to engage your core. Take a moment here to close your eyes. Feel your breath flowing in and out through your nose. Lengthen as you inhale and lengthen as you exhale. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Observe your mind, your body in the moment. Feel your mind relaxed, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Any tension that you came to class with today, just feeling how that has released with breath and movements. Letting the eyes open when you are ready. Thank you so much for joining today. It's lovely to be here with you. I hope you have a great day today, and I will see you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
job. Thank you. Love
Thank
it.
you. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome, Dave.